I have already been so blessed by you all speaking, you all sharing, and speaking from your heart. Sister Farid, thank you for leading us this far. And I acknowledge all the other, kingdom women of the word who are here today. And the Lord just bless you and speak to you in a special way today. So we're just sharing, and we're just talking about this morning about the importance of self-love. This is what I've been asked to just share with us this day. And I just, want to just encourage us just to reflect on a time that, you've probably been through a hard time, just lots of things probably going on. And the last thing you want is to look after yourself. The last thing you want be interested in what's happening around you. You try and just move, or you try and just function for another person, but you neglect yourself. It's just so easy to do, so easy to do. And this you do because you're hiding what you're feeling. You don't want others to see that you're going through something. But I just want to just remind us all this morning, it's okay to need some help. It's okay to receive love. It's okay, to just, when you have a close friend, just to say, what, I'm going through a difficult time. Can you just, share with me, pray with me? Can you just, just open up, depending on how close you are with with somebody. It is okay. It is okay to cry even sometimes, it's okay. It's okay to just, look after yourself, be kind to yourself, so that you're then able to move on and be the best woman that you can be. And this is why we are here today. So we started, when I was asked to speak about self-love, I was thinking about this and just wondering how does this, really work? But Prophetess is laughing. When you think it, self-love, what is it? What do we want to do? What are we talking about here? And you realize that actually, I'll start with the Bible. Actually, there is the Bible tells us, before I speak, that we, the Lord, what the Lord thinks of us. I'm going to talk about one woman that we know. She's in, I think, all three Gospels. This woman had an issue. She had an issue of blood, and I pick her because the minute I had an issue, we all know this woman. We all know her. So today I'm speaking to women with issues. I'm speaking to myself too here. This woman was an outcast. She was a reject. I don't think she had any close relationships at all. She was sick. She was broke. We are told, in the Bible, she used everything she had. So there was nothing in this woman that would probably have drawn her to you. Would not have picked her as your friend. And she obviously would not have picked anybody anyway because of what she was going through. So this woman had an issue, but she had to do something. Do you know what? She stepped out of where she was, out of her situation. She didn't look at herself. She didn't look at anybody around her, certainly. Otherwise, she wouldn't have pressed, the crowd away. She just, pressed in and touched the garment of Jesus. She knew where to go for help. So today, I just want to encourage you where you are. Just reach out, just be brave and step out. Do the thing that you need to do. Sometimes we need to press out. We need to push some of those boundaries that we're afraid of. Just push out a little bit, because that is where your healing begins. And for this woman, certainly when she pressed out, she received her healing. And we thank God. Right. So without further ado, I just take us to what what else is this self-awareness we're talking about today. And when I started looking at it, I looked that it says that we need to be aware of our strengths. We need to be aware of our weaknesses too. Now, this is something we don't talk about very comfortably, because, I think we know our weaknesses. We don't need another person to tell us our weaknesses that we cannot do very well. I know I'm not very good at this, I'm not very good at I find this uncomfortable. We know that very well. Some things we even say that are not even true of ourselves, but we believe them. But if I was to ask any of you ladies here about your strengths, I'm sure you're not going to name very many, because we don't know how to talk ourselves up. We don't know how to take a strength. If someone says to Sister Farid, today you're looking amazing, or today, Sister Farid, I like the way you do this and this. Sorry to pick you. But, most of us, or even myself, I would say, no, I think she's talking about a different person. It's because this person doesn't know me. But were you to know me, that is not me. You know, we are very, very quick to put ourselves down. But I tell you, it is so important to know your strength and to be aware of your strengths. In the book of Psalms 139, verse 14, David says, I am, he wrote, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Fearfully and wonderfully made. And this just brings to me the thought that we're unique. There is nobody like you. God did not make anybody else exactly like you. Nobody can do all the things you do. Nobody can talk exactly the way you do. Your own character is unique. You've got unique traits, and that's just you. And that's what makes you special. I mean, look at even the fingerprints, yours are unique to you. You can't be like any other. So just love yourself for who you are. There's no one like you. You're special. The other reason why we should look at our self-love or self-acceptance is we need to just come to the point where we can realistically look at our talents, our capabilities, and our worth, and just take it as it is. Most of the times, we will look and maybe even compare, which is not a healthy thing. Instead of appreciating that I can do this well, whatever it is that you do, I can, you're a writer, I write books. You're looking at somebody who sings and maybe thinking that I wish I could sing like that. Or you're looking at somebody else and say, I wish I could, plait hair like that, so beautiful. I wish I could style, people's nails or things like that. You look at things you wish you could do. But it's not about that. It's about what you can do and do so well that probably another woman is looking and say, oh, she does this so easily. I wish I had that, And then also, I came up also that self acceptance is a feeling of complete, satisfaction with yourself, despite of your flaws, despite of whatever you've had, been through in the past, you're just you. Because sometimes we allow the past to define us. We allow the past to mold us. Yes, it's good because it can make you learn from your experiences, but it should make us to learn to be a better person. It should not break us down. The past and the things that we go through, they are really to help us move on and to make us better people. But they should not change you that you can no longer love, that you're no longer willing to open up to other people because you've hurt before. It should not hinder you from being the beautiful woman that you are. So today we are talking about self-love because society sets very, very high standards for us. We set very high standards for ourselves, So today we are looking at all these things and saying, what is it that I can do? What should I be doing? Sometimes maybe you've been through a difficult relationship. Maybe it's a friendship, a close friendship that no longer is. It might even be, a marriage, a relationship that's not, what it is, what you wanted it to be. Maybe you've even maybe lost a loved one, But all these things have had an impact on you. Especially when it's a broken relationship, you find that people, can blame themselves and they can say, must be me. There must be something wrong with me. Like me, people can say, maybe I push people away. That's why that friendship didn't work out. And people sometimes with mental, health problems can go even deeper into their situations and, add self-blame to the whole equation. And they say, what's the matter with me? Why do I get so down? There's all these things, that we can allow ourselves to feel that are not helpful, really. And when we are in this place, we find that we can develop physical health problems. We can develop physical health problems just because we don't accept ourselves. So some of the things that we can develop, we can end up getting all stressed up. And I think we've had previous speakers here who have spoken that stress can lead to a whole multitude of physical illnesses, heart attacks and hypertension and things like that. And we know all these things. Also, lack of self-acceptance can lead us, to having a low self-esteem. You just feel you have no zest for life. life is just, you're just hopeless, and worthless, and this really can be, this unhappiness can be overwhelming. And when it does, really, people can really feel very, very down. You can also develop a victim kind of mentality. And when you're like that, you find that you get so angry at everything. Sometimes it's normal everyday things, but you look at yourself like a victim. But it's because you feel so down about yourself to start with. I also found that maybe when you have your self-love or self-worth is low, you find that the last person you trust is yourself. So that even when you had a thought about yourself that was good, you don't trust yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You're so unsure. You cannot even make an everyday decision. And it's in this place that you can even simple things that you can decide. Shall I wear a blue dress or red dress? You can't even make a simple, basic decision, to do with day-to-day living, because you're so broken inside and so wounded. You've got no trust at all, even in yourself. And then also you can develop psychological issues. You can become an anxious person that you were not before, or a depressed person that you weren't before, but it's because you haven't dealt with these feelings of self-worthlessness. You haven't dealt with these feelings of pain, or you haven't dealt with a trauma of a broken relationship or a divorce or something, a hurtful, traumatic experience. That's why, you've ended up with all these things. And we know from, past experience, and we know from even speakers from here before, that all these psychological issues can lead us, to unhealthy ways of coping with what we are in. That's, we can find that people get into a way of addictions. That's because they're trying to find something to heal the pain, and they find that they're addicted to all, different alcohol and drugs and things like that. And they all start off with something that, would seem so minor, but it's been allowed to grow, you know so there's things that we can do just to heal ourselves. There's things that we can do to help us, so that we become stronger, so that we heal. There's things that we can do so that when we're hurting, we grow through that, and it doesn't destroy us. Now, we started off by saying that the Lord created us, and we read that in the Bible. We all know that in Genesis, we're told the Lord, God created us in his own image. And then we read that after he had created a man, he stepped back and he said it was beautiful. And this is where it all starts. We are beautiful. You are beautiful. And we've got to know that for ourselves, know that we are beautiful for ourselves. It's good for people to tell us, but it's also good to know that God created us and we are beautiful just as we are, So don't allow situations, don't allow yourself, because of what you've been through, to forget that. You're special just as you are. Nobody will be able to do the things that you do, just the way you do them, and you wouldn't like that. Otherwise, there'd be no reason why you should be here on earth. But you're here because God has a plan and a purpose for you. We read that in Jeremiah 29, verse 11. The Lord has got a good plan and a purpose for us. That's why we are here. And until we've done the thing that God put us here for, then we haven't really fully achieved why we're here. So let's strive every day to do the thing that God put us here for. And I just started really with practical things. So what am I going to do if I'm at that place and I need, to build up on my, self-acceptance and self-love? What can I do? There's just, simple practical things. It doesn't mean that you're going through a traumatic time. It doesn't have to be like that. But I think self-love is something that we can do day to day, because I believe that we can all grow from, an issue and be confident. We can all just grow really to be more confident people. We don't have to have been at a hurting place, but we can all just grow and learn to love ourselves even more. Somebody said that if you want to soar in life, you first have to learn to fly, and fly, they called it so. First, love yourself, L and Y. First love yourself. If you want to soar in life, you've got to first learn how to fly. First love yourself. So that's so, so important this morning. So, so important. That's what I just want to talk about today. Sorry, I've got a little problem with my device there. So we got to first learn to love ourselves. Just start by doing, things that make you feel a lot better. I looked at also some quotes, and some quotes really were quite interesting when I was thinking about self-love. And somebody said that we need to make sure that we are not looking at ourselves and seeing ourselves through the eyes of those who don't know our value. Don't measure yourself by that. We need to value ourselves through those that know our value, and only God knows our value. He's our foundation, and the Lord says we are beautiful. So we are amazing. We are marvelous. That's what wonderful is. So we need to come to a place. Let's rediscover ourselves. Well, no matter what life throws at you, just rediscover yourself, because you are unique. You are unique. Don't compare yourself. So let's just start off by practicing just self-care. Just look after yourself. Just do things that look, make you feel good and look good. Start by what you put on the inside. Take care of yourself. Just make sure you're doing normal, ordinary things. Especially when you're hurting, you forget to do this. You forget to eat well. You forget even to drink well. But all that needs to, be in place, because beauty is skin deep. So drink well, eat foods that are healthy, and drink plenty, so that you keep yourself, keep yourself going. Don't hurt yourself because you're going through a difficult time. Don't neglect yourself because you're going through a difficult time. Take also, like regular exercise and just being out there, whatever you can do. I know now we're in a, like a, a situation where we're not really allowed much activity, but it just helps to get into a routine of moving. And this comes up from the point that the last thing that sometimes we want to do when we are hurting is to get up and do something. It's so much easier to get a blanket and stay cozy in one position and just, let life pass you by. But no, I think it's good to just do things that lift up your mood. Yeah. Then also try and get enough rest, just, because you can tell the difference. When you've had a good day's rest, you look at your skin even in the morning and you just feel and look much brighter. But when you've had less sleep, your skin just breaks out in, little spots and things like that. So rest is so important. And sleep is so important too, because lack of sleep can lead to, mood swings and things like that. And also it's associated with lots of other health problems. So sleep is so, so important for us to feel and to remain healthy, and also to recover from whatever situation we are going through. Then I thought about also the other things that we can do is as we take time to treat ourselves well. I thought about, having time for things that we enjoy doing. I don't know, to look after yourself. If you love, like to make up your hair, go ahead and just do exactly that. Have, people like to have baths with aromatic oils and things like that, because sometimes those aromas are very relaxing. And why not? You can do all that. You can have like a massage if that helps you to relax, just make your skin glow. And that's, those it's those, smells and of the oils and things like that. They just lift up your mood. And when your skin is glowing, you feel good, you just look good. And even if on the inside you're hurting, but on the outside the world can see a different person. And also you carry yourself also in a manner that you don't have, the whole world doesn't have to know that you're hurting. Just carry yourself, stand tall and walk tall, and just let them, someone will even pay you a compliment, and actually, what, those compliments just kind of build you up. So it's just so important, just because I think when you feel special on the inside, you also look special, you look good on the outside, you look confident. Just portray another person that you're not at feeling at that particular time. And this all comes just naturally. It just comes naturally. Pick on, instead of wearing, I don't know, whatever dress you had, just because, you just felt like, just lounging around and not doing much in the house that day. Pick something, you may not be going anywhere, but take a dress that, I like this one. It flatters your shape, and just put on nice shoes. You don't need to be going anywhere, but put on those high heels, The many times I put on high heels and I'm in the house, it's so important because I'm not using them. I don't know about you, but I'm not wearing them. It's already cold and I haven't worn them. So I just wear them. I just wear them in the house and I walk around, and while I'm doing that, I feel nice and relaxed and comfortable and happy with myself. So yeah, so I carry on and I do that. Yeah, so why not? Why not? Once in a while, just treat yourself. Think about yourself and take care of the most important person who's going through a difficult situation, or just needing to know that you are loved. And that is me. That is you. Just take care of yourself for your own self, Then I thought about also other things that we can do to heal, Uh, just protect yourself. Don't isolate yourself, but you need to protect yourself. And how you protect yourself is to reach out to those relationships that they work out. Just be, those close friends of yours that are so good to you, that you can open up to. Maintain those relationships. Don't shut those kind of people out because they'll tell you, oh, you're looking, they'll tell you you're looking good today, or how are things going? They genuinely will listen. They genuinely will pray with you. So keep contact with this kind of friends, And then I thought also that, if you don't have friends, I just pray, because God is good and He can bring good people into your life that can be friends that you can trust. And we all need friends that we can trust. We need friends who are genuine. Try also and just shut the door. Those people that have hurt you and maybe continue to hurt you knowingly or unknowingly, you know what? Sometimes you don't need them. So just shut the door to them. You don't have to. As Christians, we can't ignore, people. But you know what we can do? Someone once said to me, we can love them from far. The Bible says that you love your enemies. So love them from far. You still love them, but you allow them only this much into your life. Set that boundary. This is how far I can go with this relationship. This is how far I can allow this person, into my life. So just love them and love them from far. And then I just go around in life, not looking for everybody's approval. If you want an approval that affirms who you are, get the approval of God, and God has already approved you anyway. Get the approval of God. Get the approval of your, friends that you can trust, and just let those that hurt you, those that don't enlighten you, those that don't strengthen you, just kind of keep the door, keep them at bay, and just allow yourself to heal, especially when you're going through a difficult time. The other thing I wanted to mention this morning is to be kind to yourself. Just be kind to yourself. If you're going through a tough time, just be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to to say yes, review your life and say, yes, I made a mistake. Maybe that relationship didn't work. Maybe I didn't handle that thing the way I should have. Just be kind to yourself. Every miracle, when you look at the Bible, every miracle in the Bible first started as a problem. It first started as a problem. So if you've got a problem, if you've got an issue today, just know you're in the right place. That's how solutions come. That's how you can grow. It's from learning, either from the mistakes that you made, or maybe learning from the mistakes of others, that you can grow from them to be where you need to be. So just be realistic. Just don't punish yourself every day. You look at that thing, allow that thing to play in your mind and hurt you. No, just be kind and say, yeah, this is it. Today I'm feeling like this, but just be tender to yourself. Don't be too harsh. Don't criticize yourself too much. Feed your mind also with just positive thoughts. It's so important to feed your mind with positive thoughts. And the way I like to look at this is, have you had something troubling you sometimes? It's middle of the night and you wake up and you think, oh no, I didn't handle that situation well, or maybe you're anxious about something. And that negative thought, you allow it to build and build. By the time you wake up in the morning, you don't feel so confident about the day. after all. That's because this negative thought has been playing and eating you on the inside. It's been playing in your mind, you know? And so it is with positive thoughts. So feed your mind with thoughts that are positive. You know, I have, you know, I have a busy day ahead of me, or I'm going through a really, you know, rocky period at the moment, but you know what? I know I can do this because God is on my side, you know, and you pray about it, bring the issue to God, you know. So just think about things that build you up. Look about, you know, look at times when you did things well, you know, let that offset all the things, negative things that are playing about in your mind. Take time and just create time to uninterrupted time just to be with, you know, spend time just doing something that you love. And I like to call this me time, just time for me. Make time for me. And you can just consciously, you know, you're facing something. It's just challenging. It can make you feel a bit anxious exactly at that time. When you want to be mindful, just calm down, just walk away from something that you know, this is only going to aggravate me. Take 5 minutes out, you know, just allow yourself to calm down on the inside. Because what you feel on the inside is what people see. You know, it's what is portrayed very, very easily on the outside. People can tell you're nervous about something. People can say you're not yourself, but it's because you're not feeling yourself on the inside. So on a day like that or a time like that, just take 5 minutes, just, you know, just bring yourself together, pull yourself together, and then just step out when you're ready to handle the situation. Or just if that doesn't feel like the day, leave it out completely. There'll come a time when you can do these things, when you feel stronger to do these things. Another thing I've also wanted to share with us today that we could do is just try and move on, try and do something new. Be creative. The Lord created you with many talents. Some talents you don't know, and some of them you need to rediscover. Sometimes you may know that, oh, I like baking, or I'm a bit artistic. Sometimes you don't even know. Maybe you have got you make, you know, I don't know, maybe you have some dressmaking skills or something. You have something that you can do, but maybe you don't know because you've never tried. So long as there's an interest, just go for it. Just aim, you know, dream big. Just visualize, what would I like to do? Where do I see myself? You know, how do I see myself? You may be going through a challenging time right now, but this is not the end. So how do you see yourself? Where would you like to be? You know, and that's where it starts. And if you say, oh, I see myself, you know, having I don't know, my own business, or having my own, making my own, you know, designs, or having clients coming to me to do one or two things, then start to do that. How can I do that? How shall I start? And really, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. You will be surprised at how many things, how many people have become successful just from a dream. So start to dream, but dream big, because when you aim high, you will get somewhere. You know, you'll get somewhere just by starting to aim high. If you don't aim at all, or you aim low, you know, you probably will not start, or you probably will remain just something very, very small. The other thing I looked at this morning, I liked when our sister Tandy was sharing. She said she's a glass full person. She's a positive person. Wow, that is good. That is really, really important. You know, when you're talking about self-care and self-acceptance, it's very, very powerful. Be positive. You know, when you're positive, when you're happy, when you're a person who is just confident about yourself, other people around you, they notice it. It's like you know, they get drawn to you because that's the kind of person you are. When you're around you and you're feeling confident, you even motivate those that are around you. So just take time every day to be positive. Take time to just allow yourself to be, you know, to feel powerful, to feel in control, to feel in charge. Is so, so important. Yes, there's things you're going through. There may be things on your mind, but it doesn't matter. Just take that time to just be positive and portray an outlook of what you want to be. Don't underestimate the power of reflection. You know, reflect on the things that, you know, you do well, the things that make you feel positive. Just reflect on those things. And you know what, as you try and continue to do that, they will show. You know, before you know it, you're finding that you're a stronger person and able to deal. More able to deal with what is going through. You're able not to just help yourself, but you're able to help another person who may be going through the same thing or other things, that they need help with. The last thing I wanted also to mention is about self-love is, if you're at the place where you find it's just all too much and you cannot do it on your own, it's okay to seek professional help. It's okay, just to talk things through with somebody who is a professional. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean anything about you. It just means that, another person, maybe trained person, may be able to just show you an outlook that you may not have seen before. Besides, some people, this can be, a process that's, maybe scary, or, just, makes you open up a can of worms or things that you thought you'd healed, and they just open them all up. But it's just so important to just go that far back so that you can be able to move forward. So it is okay. It is okay to speak to somebody. And when you're choosing somebody who you want to speak to, people are not going to be the same. One therapist is not going to fit everybody. They might not fit you, but that's okay. Just move on and get another one who fits you, another one who understands you, another one who you can trust to bring you through what you're going through. So I just want to just finish off this morning by saying that self-love is so important. It is for us all. It's whether you're going through a difficult time, whether you've been through a traumatic experience, or whether you're just, healing from a broken relationship. It's important. It's for us, even if you're just going through life as you normally are. Because if you want to succeed in life, you really have to look at yourself critically, and critically in a way that you can say, I'm good at this, so I'm going to press on with that, or this didn't work out and I'm going to leave that alone and move on, So it just takes time, but you can get there, and you will get there. And I just pray that, as we have, this morning just shared and listened, that the Lord will help us to be more confident. He'll help us to live a fulfilled life, the life that the Lord God meant for us to live, fulfilling His purpose for us here on earth. This is why He put us here. And I pray that the Lord will help us along the way to cultivate good, genuine friendship. It's not just being, having friends, but it's also having healthy relationships. And we also being a good friend to somebody, being somebody that they can lean on, someone can lean on, someone can trust, someone can open up to. And this can only happen if you know who you truly, truly are. And because it's so important, for us to be fulfilled, self-love and self-acceptance is so important, because it really makes you who you are. It really help us to look at life in a healthy and more positive way, which is the way that God intended it for us to be. So I think I just leave us with these words, that as we go through life and we are craving, maybe to be part of, to be loved and to love. That's what life is all about. For us to survive, we need to love, have loving relationships and love others too. That's what life is all about. But we just need to make sure that we are not changing ourselves so much to belong to a certain group or to become a certain person. Maybe you are not for that group. That group is not for you. Or maybe that relationship is not for you. So don't change yourself too much to be in a relationship or group that doesn't suit you or work for you. Instead, find out who you are and then fit into the group or the friends that are for you, that build you up and you build them up. And I pray that the Lord will help us as we continue with this session, and as we continue also in this process of healing and self-love and self-acceptance through this session and growing through it day to day, so that we become the women that the Lord wanted us to be. I thank you all for your time this morning. Thank you for listening. Thank you for partaking today on the Women of the Word conference this day. So I pray that as you continue to listen, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord also just help you to be the woman that He wants you to be. And I hope that if you have questions, we can be able to share them as we go along. And I'll hand you back over to Sister Farisai to just take us into the next session. God bless you all. Thank you for your time. Amen.
Wow. I don't think I'm gonna say anything at all, because